Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Liverpool at risk of Alexander Isak stalemate as Newcastle slump in two transfer pursuits. Liverpool remain interested in signing Alexander Isak from Newcastle United this summer. Liverpool's pursuit of Alexander Isak has quietened down recently as we near the deadline of the summer transfer window. The Reds remain admirers of the striker, but Newcastle United's current situation suggests the likelihood of a deal being agreed is low. A fresh transfer roundup from The Athletic this week reiterated that there have been no updates on Isak since David Ornstein reported the player is adamant he will not play for the Magpies again. However, there could be new information this week, with the end of the window now coming into view. As things stand right now though, Newcastle are no closer to being in a position to sell Isak. It has been widely reported that Eddie Howe's side will not entertain any offers for the 25-year-old unless they can bring in a suitable replacement. Nicholas Jackson has emerged as a target for Newcastle, but the interest has not reached the stage of an offer being presented. According to Fabrizio Romano, all signs are pointing to Jackson leaving Chelsea this window, but while Newcastle have been in the picture, they have not yet made an official approach. Jackson is expected to leave Chelsea. The decision is okay on both the player and club side, so still looking for opportunities. There was some interest from Newcastle but still no bid, the transfer expert said in a recent YouTube video. Still some interest from Premier League clubs in active conversations for Jackson. Keep an eye also on Italy as a possibility for Nicholas Jackson, because Jackson, if you remember I told you that in July, was on the list of AC Milan. Previous reports claimed that Jackson favors a move to Newcastle as he considers where his next chapter lies. Newcastle are also interested in signing Yoane Wissa from Brentford, but that avenue has also hit a roadblock. The Bees, who have already sanctioned sales for Bryan Mbeumo and Christian Norgard to Premier League rivals, aren't looking to sell Wissa this window. According to TalkSport, Brentford are continuing to block the 28-year-old's move to Newcastle. The report claims that unless Keith Andrews' side sign a new forward or their valuation of £60 million is met, they will not sell Wissa this summer. Newcastle are reportedly set to continue talks this week, but they are not willing to pay any more than £40 million, due to Wissa's age and the fact his contract is due to expire next summer. If Brentford stand firm on their asking price, they run the risk of losing Wissa for free next year, but that may be the price they're willing to pay to keep him on the books for another year. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our second news is Liverpool dressing room's clear feelings on Federico Chiesa as Man City a huge transfer. Liverpool risk losing summer transfer target Rodrygo to rivals Manchester City if a certain sale goes through, and Federico Chiesa could have a major role to play in the saga. Liverpool stars will be at ease if rivals Manchester City manage to get their hands on Real Madrid's Rodrygo, because they're happy with Federico Chiesa. Rumors linking City with a move for winger Rodrygo have intensified of late, with the deal for a player targeted by both Liverpool and Arsenal over the summer believed to hinge on the future of Savinho. Despite only arriving at the Etihad last year, Savinho is already being tipped for a City exit. Tottenham have been in talks to sign the player, for whom City hope to land a fee in the region of £70 million. If City were to receive their full valuation of Savinho, it would free up the funds necessary to pursue a move for Rodrygo, who is available in the Spanish capital following Xabi Alonso's arrival as head coach. The Reds were themselves linked with Rodrygo earlier in the transfer window before that speculation cooled, but Liverpool appear content with Chiesa, for whom an exit has been tipped throughout the summer, having endured a somewhat frustrating stay on Merseyside since joining last summer, prior to his heroic intervention against Bournemouth on Friday. The Cherries staged an audacious comeback attempt at Anfield and rebounded from 2 goals down to draw level thanks to Antoine Semenyo's brace. That was until Chiesa came off the bench before firing in Liverpool's third in the 88th minute, while Mohamed Salah added a fourth shortly after. And it was easy to see just how happy Liverpool stars were to see Chiesa get on the scoresheet. Chiesa has toiled away under Arne Slot and battled through a winter injury in a rocky first season in England. The 27-year-old made just 16 appearances for Liverpool in all competitions last term but has won over those who matter most, his teammates. The Italian is well liked inside Slot's dressing room, a valued member of the squad whom, despite on-pitch difficulties, is seen as a friendly player, always cajoling and pushing others to do well, and his impact at home to Bournemouth is the latest indicator he's ready to have a much bigger say on his side's success this season. So much so that seeing Rodrygo join a direct rival may not ruffle feathers at Anfield. That could depend on Savinho departing, something Pep Guardiola, who has been very complimentary of his player, has suggested may not happen. Speaking at a press conference ahead of City's season-opening win at Wolves, Guardiola addressed Savinho's links with the exit door and said, "If Tottenham in that case, or any other club, wants a player, they should call the club, right? It's the same like we do. I'm only concerned right now, today, that Savinho will be with us until the end of the season." Our third news is Liverpool set for unexpected windfall as midfielder on the brink of transfer. A midfielder could bring in extra funds for Liverpool as he nears a transfer away from his current club. It's important to note that the Reds haven't just spent money, they've also made money this summer, plenty of it, too. With clever player sales, Liverpool's sales will be in excess of £200 million after Ben Doak completes his move to Bournemouth. This will include sales made from Jarell Quansah, Caoimhin Kelleher and Tyler Morton as well as Trent Alexander-Arnold. All of the above-mentioned players come through the club's academy system. Even Doak predominantly played for the club's U18s and U21s after joining as 16-year-old. Morton, Kelleher, Quansah and Alexander-Arnold though spent significant time at the club's academy, and played for the Reds from a very young age, and they won't be the only academy players making money for the Reds this summer. Liverpool actually stand to profit from a player who isn't in their own ranks. Lewis Travis plays for Blackburn Rovers. He's been their captain for a couple of seasons now and he's attracted the attention of other championship clubs. Derby County are the favourites to sign Travis, with Blackburn reportedly wanting £3 million for his services. At this moment in time, this is a transfer that looks likely to be done. Derby have bid £1.5 million, which was rejected, and they are likely to increase their bid in order to get the deal over the line. And if it is completed, Travis will bring in a profit for the Reds, with Liverpool expected to receive a windfall from his transfer. Why is that the case? Well, before Blackburn, Travis spent over a decade playing for Liverpool's academy. FIFA rules state that development clubs always take 5% of the total transfer fee. Development clubs count as the teams a player played for between his 12th and 23rd birthday. In Travis' case this would be Blackburn and Liverpool, meaning they would split the 5% fee between themselves. That will see Liverpool get 2.5% of Travis' total transfer fee, which equals to £75,000 if the agreement is found at £3 million between the two clubs. It's not a lot of money. But every little helps, and this deal will count as a profit for the Reds. It's an example of why investing in the academy is important for Liverpool. There's money to be made even if a player doesn't ultimately make it at the club. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our last news is 5 transfers Liverpool could complete this week, including Alexander Isak, latest Liverpool transfer news and gossip, with just 2 weeks remaining for the Reds to complete their transfer business for the summer. Mark has been a football journalist since 2017 and has contributed to several publications including the Liverpool Echo, Manchester Evening News and Football.London. He also spent 8 months on the US sports team for the Mirror. US deadline day fast approaches for Liverpool and the rest of the Premier League, but there is still time for deals to get over the line. It's been a busy summer at Anfield, to say the least, with several players being signed and a number of others leaving the club to begin a new venture. Liverpool have signed Hugo Ekitike, Jeremy Frimpong, Florian Wirtz, Milos Kerkez, Georgi Mamardashvili, Giovanni Leone, Armin Pexi and Freddie Woodman this summer, and there is the potential for more to come. In the other direction, Liverpool have also sold Caoimhin Kelleher, Jarell Quansah, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Tyler Morton and Nat Phillips this summer. Just like with the incomings, there is also a realistic possibility that some more players may be heading for the exit door. Read more, Liverpool transfer domino set to fall as Eddie Howe makes fresh Newcastle admission. Read more, Liverpool learn fate after Arsenal issue swift response to blockbuster swap deal. For the next week, Liverpool will be preparing for their second Premier League fixture of the season as they travel to face Newcastle United. Before that trip to St James Park, though, there is likely to be plenty of speculation about the players that the Reds could sign, as well as those who could leave Anfield. In terms of new signings, the players continuing to be linked with moves to Anfield are Alexander Isak and Mark Guéhi. When it comes to Isak, the Echo reported earlier this month that a second offer is not expected from the Reds after an initial £110 million bid was rejected by Newcastle United. For Guéhi, Liverpool are continuing to hold talks with Palace over a potential deal for the centre-back, who is out of contract at the end of the season. Whether the Reds will be able to sign both players over the next week remains to be seen. When it comes to departures, one player already close to heading for the exit door is Ben Doak. A £25 million deal with Bournemouth is on the verge of being completed after an agreement was reached over the weekend. There is also the possibility that Kostas Tsimikas could leave Liverpool this week. The Greece international has not been in the matchday squad for the last two matches and could head for the exit door, with Kirkes and Andy Robertson the other left-back options in the squad. Harvey Elliott is also still being linked with a move away from Liverpool, after reports of a deal with RB Leipzig potentially being on the cards. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.